Hi, this is Dr. Jasinski. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of who I am. So before we meet on Friday, you have a little bit idea of who I am and my background. This was a picture taken earlier this fall at a Notre Dame football game. My grandpa played football at Notre Dame for Newt Rockne. My oldest son, who's in the middle there, finished his law degree there, and my middle son, who's on the far side, is getting his PhD in engineering there. So I'm a huge Notre Dame fan, and that was after we beat Stanford 17-14 during the good part of the season. A little bit more about me. I was born in the great state of Arizona, and I grew up in a family construction business. But I looked a little like that skinny kid in the middle back in those days. And I was on a roof one day trying to put a roof in with my dad's company. And he turned to me and he said, "You know what? You're not as much of an asset to us with your brawn. You might be with your brain." So I was the first one in my family to go to college. I went to Northern Arizona University up in Flagstaff, Arizona, where I was majoring in political science. And for that, I was thinking I was going to go be a lawyer one day. But to do that, they wanted you to do pre-law, and in pre-law, they had you take an accounting class for some reason. I'm still not sure why I did, but I did, and I liked it, and it was easy to me. I've always said accounting either is something that comes to you naturally or it doesn't, and it was lucky for me that it did come naturally. So I added on accounting as a degree, and I went in my first life. I was a CPA with Arthur Andersen. I moved with my wife. We got married right after college, and we spent the summer after college backpacking through Europe as our honeymoon. And I'm proud to say, as of December 29th, 2014, we were married 35 years. So anyway, moved out to San Francisco, California from Arizona, and became a CPA with Arthur Andersen. Never thought in a million years Arthur Andersen would no longer exist, but it went under with the whole Enron collapse. And so while I was the CPA with Andersen, that's how I looked back in the day, I met a guy who's pictured, you'll see better, but he's on the right-hand side of that picture of the two scuba divers. And after much beer and complaining about our lives as CPAs, decided to do something about it, so we started our own company. And so my very first company I ever started on my own was called Hobbs and Jasinski. So it was Kevin Hobbs and myself, Dale Jasinski. And what we did is we sold computer systems to lawyers. So we combined what little knowledge we had of law, which was not much, and what little knowledge we have of computers, which was even less, and we ended up making a lot of money doing it. So it was a fun gig. So we started out in San Francisco, then we opened up an office in San Diego, which is in the top left picture. And believe it or not, in the top right picture is a picture of Los Angeles. So we had offices up and down the West Coast. And at one time, the world's largest law firm was one of our clients. So at our high water mark, we employed 108 other people. But life was changing. I ended up having three sons. And so to me, while I really enjoyed the life of being an entrepreneur, and I got a lot of pride and satisfaction out of having my own business, I knew that there needed to be a change because the hours I was putting in were more than I wanted to give, given the young family I had started. So I was very lucky. One day, a guy came into our office. I was in the San Diego office, talking about coming out to the West Coast from the East Coast. Wanted to know if we had ever thought about selling our business. So he was with a venture capital firm who was putting together a thing. So we ended up selling to a VC firm who ended up making that into Automation Partners. I left. I cashed out after a couple of years after that and was able to go to school at the University of Colorado in Boulder. Even though it's the University of Colorado, it's CU. That's Ralphie the Buffalo, and that's beautiful Boulder, Colorado, where I was just at in Colorado for Christmas. Our oldest son lives there, so it's fun being out there for the holidays and doing some skiing. So I did that. I became a professor at Quinnipiac starting in 2000. I've got my degree in entrepreneurship and, like I said, a background in both starting my own businesses. And I haven't stopped starting businesses. So one of the things I did when I first came to Quinnipiac was start the Life After Hockey program with the National Hockey League. That was a hoot. We helped current and former players make the transition into the wonderful world of real life. Ran that for 10 years here at the Q. Started an institute called the Professional Athlete Transition Institute. Hired a kid named Duncan Fletcher to run that for me. That's how I looked back in the day. When you see me on Friday, I think I look a little different now. I lost some weight. I started my own company a couple of years ago, another one called Digital Catalyst Media. We do digital media for startups to help them do crowdfunding and other campaigns with digital media. And I'm in the process right now of starting a third company called Game Change that will work with the National Hockey League Players Association. So the first one was with the league. This one will be with the union and help them understand how to do some education development and training programs. Now, one of the most important things to me is my life outside of work. Again, I have three wonderful sons, Dan, Chris, and Matt. I have an incredible dog, Mina. She's half Border Collie, half Australian Shepherd. We rescued her, and she's just been a hoot. That's me last summer, hiking up in the mountains in Colorado. I haven't quite made it to 14,000 feet yet. That was 13,000 and a half. I enjoy life a lot. I like traveling. That's my youngest son, Matthew, and I in Munich, Germany. We went to a Bayern Munich soccer game. That's my middle son, Christopher, at a Notre Dame game. That's my two sons playing hockey at Notre Dame. I got to do that as well during drop-in. Music is a big part of our lives. Two of my sons play instruments. And I love to golf, and I love to ski, and I like to hike. Another thing I'm very proud of is how my relationships are long-term. So that's my business partner and his wife, Pat, and me and my wife, Sue. Back on one of our better days when the business was going well, we would go down to the Caribbean and charter a sailboat for a couple of weeks and relax. And then that's us not all that long ago getting together. So Kevin was my best friend when I started my business. He's still my best friend now. And like I said, I've been married for 35 years. The thing that I really enjoy about life here at the Q is getting to know you guys and getting to watch some of you actually do the things that I teach, which is start businesses. So the top left corner is a bunch of our alumni getting together with me last year down in New York at one of the offices. Top right is one of the alumni making a pitch at a trade show. Another one is bottom left is we are the only undergraduate school every year in International Business Model Competition. This year will be out at Stanford. That's a bunch of us down at a startup weekend event down in New Haven, and that's at a makerspace down in New Haven. So I love to travel. I love the places that my students can take me to. Again, here's some more of our successful alum. That's Mike Germano right here and Jason Beckerman right here. Mike just is the Chief Digital Officer for Vice and the founder of Cara Creative. Jason with Unified Social. Together, they've probably got a net worth of over $400 million, and they're not even 30 years old. That's Bobby Amanian, who was named QU's Young Alumni of the Year last year. His business, Prolific Interactive, he started with another QU student, Eric Weber, is going strong. So we've done great things in entrepreneurship where we win the state business plan competition more than any other school in Connecticut. Our students regularly are doing awesome things, both while in school when they graduate. So I hope that this class will help you get inspired to join their ranks. Thanks.